charcoal pencil, and I'm using this to darken the eyebrows. This is my soft pencil of charcoal. This is the sketch I have already drawn, a few rough sketch. So you can draw this by pause the video and you can sketch this sketch. And this is my soft pencil, hard pencil, which I am using softly to cover the eyebrows, the dark part of the eyebrows here, by giving the eyelashes and the eyebrows. I will first cover it. So whatever the dark part is there, I will cover the dark part with this pencil. With smoothly I am doing it. I am not rubbing it too much hard. As smooth as I can, I am doing it. So in this case you have to hold the pencil as near as you can, because it is the detailing part and not the sketching part. So you can work with me. Sketch all the details of the lines I have drawn previously, and make this smooth effect by varying the pressure of the pencil. You can achieve this, and don't break the rhythm of the pencil. Once you break the rhythm, then all the taste will go on. This is the dark part. Actually this is the darkest part, but I am covering here with a light tone only, so as to ensure the thickness of the eyeball. This is the shadow part of the eyelashes in my eyeball. Lower part of the eyes. This is the immovable part of the eyes, which is not, you can't move this part by blinking your eyes open. So to make the pencil smooth and work light, I hold sometimes at the tip of the pencil. So I am holding it at the tip of my pencil as long as I could, and just making the tones dark. This is the stage where I just define the dark and light values. So it's not the stage of my detailing. Instead it's the stage of my defining the shadows and the lights. So this is just the shadow part which I am covering. Of the eyes, so you have to move the pencil according to the rhythm of the eyeball. So they all should go with rhythm. To understand the rhythm of the eyes, you can prefer my eyeball study, which I have sent you previously. You can go through that to study the eyes more details. This is my dark part of the eyeball. Now I am making it dark with my soft pencil. Part. You have to frequently sharp the pencil with your sharpener so as to get the sharp and tiny details. darken it. Again, with rhythm you have to do all these things. You don't have to break the rhythm. These charcoal pencils works in very dark manner, so you have to handle it with delicately and very carefully. This is the border of the eyeball. This too is of dark color, but I am not using it as dark as my eyeball is. I am keeping a low pressure on it so that I can distinguish this part and the eyeball. It is dark, but it is not that too much dark. So there is a difference between dark and black. This is, I am just doing it dark, but initially I did it was just a black. You have to again vary the pressure to vary the tones in between the eyeballs. If you are finding it difficult to match the tones with the soft pencil, you can use the neutral as well as hard pencil also, depending on your skills, how skillfully you handle the medium. So once you should keep in mind that this is not the perfect circle which I have drawn, but it is a little bit of ellipse kind, the oval shape of my eyeball. Just lines here and there to maintain the rhythm. There is a shadow region of the eyelashes which is falling on the eyeball, on the white surface eyeball. So I am making it smoothly. Whatever work you do, you should be able to understand what you are doing. So each and every unit area of your paper should be gone through the understanding rather than just copying. So this is the eyeball, and this is the shadow of the eyelashes falling on the eyeball. So I am making it a little bit of dark. If you are finding hard to work with soft pencil, with this area especially, you can work with neutral pencil or even with hard pencil, but don't rub the pencil to get the effect. It should be at ease without any effort, and to work such effortlessly you require a lot of efforts to work effortlessly. Smoothly and gently. Till now I haven't used any blender or any stumps or any cloth, or even I haven't used my finger to smudge it. You don't have to smudge all your tones and tonal values in this level, at this level. As much as you can with the pencil only, rather than using the stumps and blending it all over. There are two types of skin layers at this point. One which touches the eyelids from the inside, and one which has the hairs. So be aware of those fact. hairs have, eyelids have the hairs on the skin, and another layer is which touches the white colored part of the eyeball. So this is the skin having the folds in this direction, as the direction of the spear is, and direction of the spear is covered in our previous tutorials also, in our mesh diagram tutorial. That will help you a lot to give the textures also. So the basic assignments which I send you are very much important. This is the tonal values assignment. The use of the tonal values assignment is practically you are using now. So you do your assignments regularly and sincerely to achieve this kind of excellency. I am giving you this texture here, and this texture part is covered in our stone texture which I sent you previously also. And even in watercolors you tried the different types of textures if you have done your assignments properly. So I am just rubbing, I am just mixing it lightly, giving the tones here and there. If noted carefully, I haven't changed my pencil also till this stage. I am using the same pencil. But if you are finding it difficult, you can use the variation of the pencils. It all depends on artist to artist, how they use the medium skillfully. This is the tip of the eyebrows which is getting mixed on the skin. You have to make it smoothly. Now I am using the blenders with me. This is a stump of wire, and I am using it just to ensure that there are no borders remaining. So I am just blending it. You can scribble it, or you can move in the direction as you gave it to the pencil strokes. Both are very sufficient, but keep in mind that you don't have to work it hard with the blending stumps. You have to work it easily. So as light as you could, you have to use that stumps. Our main motto is just to blend a little bit of edges and to give a smooth effect, but our main motto is not of making the all smooth with the blending stumps. So don't try to make all the tones smoothen up and resulting it in only one tone. So you have to keep as much as patches as you can. So once you have started to blend the darker tones, then you blend all the darker tones in the pencil on the area you are working. Don't move that pencil on the lighter part. So this is the dark part I am using again. You have to vary the pressure while blending also. You can hold the blending stumps as far as long as possible for you. Blending stumps, but it is just 5 to 10% of the work which I use with my blending stumps. The rest of the I cover with my pencil only. One should note that the use of blending stumps is just to cover the white areas if any of them are remaining while doing the pencil work. So for that case only I am using the blending stump. So that is the only purpose where I am using the blending stumps. Blending stumps are just for giving a 5 to 10% effect in your painting, in your sketch. The rest 90%, 95% you have to work with your tools only, your pencil. You have to move it rhythmatically, or the blending stumps also somewhere you have to move it with rhythm, and somewhere you have to scribble it down. So this is the part of the eyelashes, upper eyelashes and the lower eyelashes, and this is the corner of the eyes. So be aware that there is a little bit of dark at the extreme corners and just below the texture part of the eye. Even you can create your own textures also, but later on we can create this after we have done a lots of work on it, and that should be a unique style. Changing the direction a little bit. You have to frequently change the blending stumps also. For the light part you have to use different stumps, for the darker part you have to use different stumps. This is the light part I am working, so I have changed my blending stumps, and this is the stump which I will use only on my darker part, only my lighter part. Smoothly you have to work on it. In this way. Here also I have some light parts. This is the eyebrows which are getting mixed in the skin, so you have to blend it a little bit with the skin. Later on you can draw the hairs on the eyebrows, but at this stage it should be a part of the eyes and not apart from the eyes. So don't make it too much dark at this stage, and never do the outline for the eyebrows, which most of the students do. So eyebrows don't have the borders, keep this in mind. Just blend the colors, blend the stumps with the charcoal. Now we will do some sort of detailing part. And this is the texture up to which we have completed right now. If you have any doubts regarding the textures, how I add and how I create, you can contact me personally. Again I am using the pencil. I am giving the small lines. In this case I am using my neutral pencil rather than my soft pencil, so it works lightly for me and not for the dark. If you are finding hard to do with this pencil, you can use even normal pencils also, erasing the graph lines. We'll just cover up the remaining part also with the same process as we did to our eyelashes and the eyes, but just we have to make sure that the tones are different. Give the different tones in different positions. the nose bridge. The nose is there. So this I am shading the nose, side of the nose, in between the two eyes, and just blending it at that time only. You can use cross hatching also for blending, or scribbling method also. Somewhere I do scribble and somewhere I do hatching, so all my techniques are mixed with each other. You can add in the darker part with a softer pencil and then blend with this blender. This way I have smoothed the eyes and the cheekbones. Now I am taking the graphite pencil instead of charcoal and giving some sort of textures on it. Textures are nothing but the unrandomness of any shape or any path. So I am just moving my lines here and there, which we did in our charcoal with the stone texture in a previous assignment. So this will be beneficial for you. That assignment will be helpful for you in this stage. You just have to give the smooth, unrandom lines here and there. In the dark part you have to give the dark lines, and in the light part you have to work with the light very carefully. Some sort of dots and some sort of random lines are needed to create a beautiful texture. And somewhere I can give the rhythm as per the layer which I gave beneath it. So this is the shape of my oval, and so is the shape of my texture. Such kind of rhythm you have covered in your landscape while you are working with the stone and the trees, so that will be beneficial for you, and that assignment will lift up from realistic to hyper realistic your work. So to achieve the texture you can do the landscape painting. Part I am using the light texture. You can use 4B or 6B depending on the skills you use, but just make sure that you are using a dark texture only on dark part and light texture only on light part. You don't have to maintain the intensity of the texture throughout the sketch. So the entire sketch should have different types of textures and different types of tones in the texture. So I'm just giving a dot, few of the dots on it. They are so much light that they are hard to find out also, but they do make the effect. So just keep on moving. This is a Staedtler pencil which I am using. You can use any sort of pencil which you have. Do this stippling very delicately and observe the position where I hold my pencil. frequently change my pencil also. Here I am using my H pencils because I am working in my light up areas. It needs lots of patience, so you don't have to be in hurry while doing my assignments. You have to feel free and then work with it. This sort of stippling we have done with one landscapes also, which I did in poster color, so you can use that texture here also and blend 2-3 dots with the blending stumps, not the entire bulk of the texture. You have to blend just a few textures here and there are sufficient to blend, to show the impact of the textures and the effect of it. Many of the students do the textures very beautifully and then they mix the texture with the blending stump and make it smooth, so that all the work are gone in vain. So don't do such sort of things with you. Still, many a times it happens that you have to give the additional eraser touch to it to erase some sort of textures and make highlights more prominent in it. So I've just mixed here and there. So this is my kneaded eraser of charcoal. This is you can use to give us textures only. Textures here in the same manner as we did in our stone texture. You can change its angle and make whatever shapes you can and you are comfortable with. So I generally use this for the lighting purpose. You have to use this eraser for the lighting purpose only. It is not of other type of eraser. It is special kind of eraser which are used for charcoal to give the texture on charcoal. If you don't have this eraser, you can use your normal eraser also. You have to cut that eraser in that case. But I prefer this eraser because I can mold it, I can fold it in any direction I want. So you can't do this with your normal eraser. So I prefer you to buy this kind of eraser. Most of the students and most of the artists works only on dark tones. They underestimate the power of light and the light tones, but I suggest you to work equally on both areas, dark as well as on light. So again doing the stippling with this eraser here and there. Sometimes the effect doesn't looks beautiful, but you still have to do it because it will look and give its effect later on as you move further. This is even one of the favorite eraser which I use in my charcoal work. few texture you have to give after this, just as to show the shadow more predominant and more good looking with a full contrast on it. Now we'll do some sort of textures in the skin folds. Even in dark you have to work with the dark texture. Whatever the texture you give is valid, not necessary the way I am doing. You should give the texture. If you are comfortable with it, you can do work with me. And this is a small eyelashes. These eyelashes are not from the back side of the skin, but is on the front side of the skin, which are on the eyes. And these eyelashes don't touch the white colored ball in the eye, so you have to make a distance between those two things. You have to work delicately on it. Moreover, you have to keep lots of patience with you. Just a partition on the eyes and that part. This is the shadow of the eyelashes forming the eyebrow. Some veins here and there you can draw. Again, it's optional for you. If you wish, you can, or else you can skip the stage. This is the layer which is touching the eyes. This is the skin layer which is touching the eyes. This is the skin layer which is having the hairs. So there are two layers of the eyes. So keep in mind, there is a little bit of light between these two layers. So in your sketch also it should reflect. Your sketch should reflect whatever I teach you, whatever the tips I am giving you. Those all should reflect in your work. Some sort of lines here and there, if any of them are missing. I mostly gave it for the hair purpose. Draw some kinds of hair here and there. So this is the some hairs near the eyebrows. You can make it round and sharp, because this is the game changer part now. It will change the whole scenario. Too much tiny hairs you have to draw with same pencil. Little bit of hairs to get smudged with the skin. You have to smudge that little bit of hairs with the skin, and then only you can further proceed. Then only you should further proceed. Don't make the outline for the eyebrows. Just fencing of the hairs is sufficient for it. You can draw each and every hair of the eyebrows, doing it minutely and very delicately. the eyelashes now. Just note the rhythm of the eyelashes. It comes towards you and then goes upwards. The hairs come in the direction of you and then go upwards. The eyelashes. These hairs. And the left side of the eyebrows should have left hair. Similar to the right side eyebrows should have right hair. This is right side eyebrows. Having the hairs in the right direction. In this way, you have to work on it. Again, don't break the rhythm of the hairs and the eyelashes on the hairs. It should look like hair and not like thorns. So keep aware and keep this in mind while working. With the eyelashes. Lower eyelashes are always delicate. So this kind of hairs you can keep on the eyebrows. And this is the part of detailing we are doing right now. So this kind of work you can do it. It needs quite the patience to do. So you can't be in a hurry and do the assignments quickly. If needed, you can darken this, or else you can skip this part. I love working with this, so I have darkened it. So there should be variety of hairs also. So I am adding darker bit hairs, making few of them light. So this is the sketch which we have completed till now. Little bit of here and there texture you can give. So these are the lines which we studied in our mesh diagram. The lines on the oval. So you can use that concept for creating the textures. This is the direction of the hairs, somewhat here and there. Little bit of dot. Even there are 2-3 small hairs also on the skin. I am ignoring it. Possible for you, and as different types of textures as you can. interaction with me. If any part is going hard for you, so using the stumps you can blend the unwanted parts also. With the dust and the moisture, you can spray the fixative spray also, which are used for soft pastels, charcoals and pencils. So you can have a close look at it the way I did. So it's expected from you at this stage that you should be able to do the work the way which I have done, and I will also give you some reference photographs for practice. You can practice even that. You can practice your friends, relatives, or even your own eye also. Just take the photograph of them as a reference and work on it. The more you will work, the more you will observe, the more you will become efficient in doing that, handling the tools. Next session we will discuss how you can work with the entire face. So hope so you have enjoyed this video, and I'm expecting from you a lots